Hi everyone, welcome to S2CS. This is my new channel for the aspirants who are really hard working for KVS, NVS, APS, PGT computer science exams. This is my small initiative for them where I will be preparing videos on the topics from computer science along with some questions from the previous year. Okay, so please support this initiative by subscribing to my channel so I can make more and more helpful videos in near future. So let us start. So in today's video, I will be discussing regarding the topic, the computer system. So under this topic, there are four subtopics, that is system bus, then internal memory, input output and operating system overview. So today we will start first with the system bus. So what points I am going to cover in this video regarding system bus. First one, what is system bus? Second is types of system bus. And third is major highlights of this topic. Okay, so let us start. Okay, the first one is what is system bus? Okay, so small definition for this is a system bus is a bus which provides communication between major components of a system, that is CPU, memory and IO. Okay, so why the system buses? The system bus provides you the the communication between the major components of a system. Now which are the major components? That is CPU, which is used for processing, memory, which is used for storage, and IO, which is used for input output. Okay, so what system bus does? It just provides you the communication between all these components. Okay, it's used to connect main memory, RAM and other important components, as I have said now. Okay. Now, system bus is also known as front side bus or memory bus. The other name for system bus is front side bus or memory bus. So you have understood what system bus is. Now you can see by the help of a diagram how I have represented a system bus. Okay, see there is a system bus here. Okay, and the major components like CPU, memory and input output is being connected to the system bus, and how a short diagrammatic representation of the definitions. Okay students. Okay, now we will move to our next point, that is types of system bus. As I have told you, we are going to discuss what is system bus, types and major highlights. So first I have covered what is system bus. The second one is types of system bus. So please stay tuned till the end. Okay, because you have to understand the whole topic. If you will just break it down in between, you will get the half of the information and it will really hamper your preparation. So please stay tuned till the end. Okay, so there are three types of system bus, that is address bus, data bus and control bus. So now starting with our address bus. What is the function of address bus? Carry address to memory and IO. Now these addresses are generated by the processor. The address bus carries this address to memory and IO. Okay, this bus is unidirectional. What do you mean by unidirectional? That means the data is carried only in one direction at a time. Okay, so that you mean by unidirectional. So address bus is unidirectional. Now based on the width of the address bus, we can determine the capacity of main memory. So if we know the width of the address bus, we can determine how much data a main memory can hold. Okay, understood what address bus is? Okay. Coming to the data bus, what data bus does, as the name suggests, it carries binary data between CPU, memory and IO. Okay. This bus is bidirectional. Bidirectional means the data is carried in both directions at a time. Okay. So main function of data bus is to carry data between the major components of the system. Okay. So based on the width of data bus, we can determine word length of CPU, and based on the word length we can determine the performance of CPU. So I can say, if you know the width of data bus, you can easily get the word length, and if you know the word length, you can determine the performance. Now for that purpose, I have made a short example. Okay, this is just for an understanding purpose. In 8085 microprocessor, there are 8 lines. Okay, so word length will be equal to 8 bits. Okay, so operations performed on a 8-bit data code. Okay, this is just for a short understanding purpose. That is how you can determine the performance of a CPU. Okay, students? Okay. Coming to the next bus, that is control bus. Now what control bus do? It carries control signals used for controlling and coordinating various activities of the computer system. There will be various activities of the computer systems. When you need to control this, you need some control signals. Okay, so that task is performed by the control bus. Okay, so now there are the types of control lines are memory read, memory write. So these are all the various activities of the computer system. So this all are being controlled by the control bus. Okay, now this bus is bidirectional. Okay, like data bus, this bus is also bidirectional. Okay. So I hope you have understood in short what are these three types of buses. Now see the architecture, okay, of system bus. Here data bus, okay, how the data is been transferred in both directions. Similarly with the control bus, the data is transferred in both directions. Okay. And next the address bus, it's unidirectional. Okay, so you can just take a screenshot of this and you can understand how the system bus works and how actually this buses moves their data unidirectionally or bidirectionally. Okay, students? Okay, now coming to the major highlights of this topic. Now these are the very important thing. In this you will come to know what all things we have covered in this video. Okay, a small screenshot of the major highlights. Okay, let us start. Okay, the first one, system bus is also known as front side bus or memory bus. Yes, you agree it? Yes, we have covered it. So this is the one first most point from this. Second, address bus is unidirectional while data bus and control bus is bidirectional. Yes, we have learned that now. Okay, the third one, now this we have not seen but I have mentioned here, okay, for your more understanding. If memory address equal to A bits, then 2 raised to A locations are addressed. That means 2 raised to A locations are addressed. Just keep it in mind. This is one of the important points. Okay, so if memory address is equal to A bits, then 2 raised to A, that is if A is equal to 2, and then 2 raised to 2, 4 locations will be addressed. Okay, so this is one of the important point, just keep it in mind. Fourth one, width of address bus is equal to determines capacity of main memory, as I have discussed in the definition of address bus. Okay, the fifth one, word length is equal to determines the performance of CPU. Okay, and the last one, control signals determines type of operation. Okay, so these were the major highlights. Now we will see some important questions from this topic. This is the first question which was asked in the KVS PGTCS 2018 question paper. Okay, so the first one is, the communication between components of a microcomputer takes place via. Okay, so how the communication takes place, as I have said before, it takes place between address bus and data bus. Okay, how the communication takes place between the components of microcomputer? It takes place with the help of two bus, that is address bus and data bus. So this was the question asked in the KVS PGT paper, okay, 2018. The second question we will see, this is just a question made by me itself. Okay, so if the memory address is equal to 8 bits, find the locations addressed for these bits. As I've said, if the memory address is equal to 8 bits, then 2 raised to A locations are addressed. So now you can see the answer here, 256 locations are addressed. Okay, coming to the third question, which bus carries command from the CPU and returns status signal from the devices? Okay, now you have to tell me which bus carries commands from the CPU and returns status signal from the devices. So the answer will be control bus. Okay, this is the task of the control bus. The fourth one is the question asked in the KVS PGT-CS 17 question paper. Okay, which one of the following transmission system provides the highest data rate to an individual device? So the options are computer bus, telephone bus, voice and mode, leased line. So which of this transmission system will provide the highest data rate to an individual device? So the answer will be computer bus. Okay, so I hope this was just for the example purpose. I have taken only 4 of the questions. If you really like this video, I will make more and more questions from particular topics which will really help you. So thank you for watching my video. If you really like this small initiative from my side, please subscribe to the channel S2CS and don't forget to press the bell button for the future notifications. Once again, thank you for watching my video.